Hamza from the KSA. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Hamza.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah, Sheikh. Sheikh, I have two questions, and both are regarding riba. I have seen a few episodes, the few previous episodes you have spoken about what riba is. I have understood that, but I want to understand what kind of a loan is allowed in Sharia.
Perfect.
Because what you have said is what is not allowed. So what would be the kind of a transaction that would be allowed in Islam?
Okay.
What kind of a loan?
Second
and
question.
My second question is related. Yeah. So if we are using a Visa card, like a credit card, and we are paying what is due before the date from which the interest would be due, we are not getting involved into interest. We are paying off the due balance before the date. Are we still considered as being involved in usury, in riba?
All right. Hamza, very precise, very clear questions. What is considered a halal loan? You ask a person or a firm, an individual or a group of people, I need some money for some time. Longest ayah in the Quran is known as Ayatul Dain, the loan ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا تداينتم بدين إلى أجل مسمى فاكتبوا. It explains all the ahkam pertaining to the dain. What constitutes halal loan is, you take a loan, it is written down, I owe you 500,000. To what time? I pay back in 6 months. That's written. And there are witnesses. So there is a document and it is written. And I will pay back in a certain period of time the same amount. The same amount. This is halal loan. With my due respect as a creditor, I am a rich man and somebody asks me for a loan. Whether a sibling or a relative or somebody whom I don't know. What do I get? Because the same money, if I put it in the bank, I get so much interest. What you get is each day you receive a reward similar to the reward of giving this money in a charity. And if the due date has come and he's not able to pay, then it is double the reward. Every day you're giving him respite or you postpone the payment. This is how much reward you get from Allah by making things easy for people. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam informed us about a man on the day of judgment. Allah will resurrect him. He doesn't have any good deeds. So did you do any good deeds? No, except for the fact that he was rich and he used to give loans for the sake of Allah. And whenever somebody is not able to pay, he will give him a respite. So Allah will say, I am more worthy than you to give you a break. Take him to Jannah. The moment the creditor and the debtor agree that the 500,000 at the time of payment, when I pay, I would have to pay extra money or service, that's called usury. That's called riba. So the Muslim jurists have agreed to the following statement. Every loan which is accompanied with any benefit, it's not only interest, with any benefit. Like, okay, you're taking a loan. Well, give me your car to use it until you settle your loan. That's a benefit. So that's interest. That's haram. You understand? So now we learn what is halal loan and what is haram loan. Secondly, credit cards. It is such a great thing that a Muslim uses a card and before the due date, it settles the full amount. The problem is with al-aqdul fasid. The contract itself is haram, is corrupt and invalid. Because I signed to agree that if I'm late 40 days beyond the due date, I would have to pay so much interest. The percentage does not constitute any importance when it comes to what is riba and what is not riba. What constitutes riba is there will be an increase. So the amount which I borrowed, 500,000, if I pay 501,000, that's riba. So that's why those credit cards, many of the contemporary scholars said, only if you have to use them because in many cases the debit cards, ATM cards will do it, serve the purpose. But if you have to have a credit card and it is inevitable, then in this case it is okay, but you make certain that you always make the payment before the due date, such as when you sign an agreement to make a direct withdrawal from your bank account, so this way you won't even have any chance of paying interest. But if you have a chance to get an ATM card or debit card which will serve the same purpose, then it becomes haram even to sign an agreement of paying interest, even though you're paying before the due date. May Allah guide us to what is best. It's time to take a short break.